Illuvium co-founder Aaron Warwick has been sharing some juicy details on the upcoming arena changes, and they could be here before the end of the month. He stated in the Discord that they understand the current version of arena is too stale. The game at the moment feels too linear, making players feel like they don't have enough decisions to make, leading the gameplay to feel low agency and repetitive. A lot of arena players have been using the term flowcharty because it feels like a lot of the moves that you make inside of the game are pre-planned before you even get into it. Now, Aaron didn't want to give too much information on the upcoming changes to arena, but what he did say was pretty interesting. First off, augments are no longer a thing, at least in the way you think. Augments are no longer NFTs that are built, instead they are simply part of the game. Similar to legendary augments, except you'll have 3 randomized augments to choose from, but your opponent will have 3 completely different augments to choose from. This is how the augments get into your hands now, and it costs nothing to play them on an alluvial, but the legendary augments still do have a price to use. This makes the team builder faster and easier to understand for new players, as well as making the game more dynamic because you can't just pick and choose the perfect augments before you're even in the match. This is an added bit of RNG into the game, but I think it's a level of RNG that can actually increase the agency of each player depending on how it's implemented. With that being said, I think it's a great addition that will increase the enjoyment of each game and should mix things up a little bit compared to what we've been seeing. The Hyper system is also getting some changes to make Hyper feel more impactful. After the update, you will get both a ramp up and a boost when you hit 100% in your hyper bar. Dominant synergies have also been changed to be more predictable. They have been simplified so the later stages in the line always have the same as the stage 1. For example, Scoriox is the magma affinity and will always now have a dominant fire affinity because Fury, the stage 1 version of Scoriox, is a fire alluvial. And that changes across the board for all alluvials now. Now, one update that I am kind of worried about is you will now have to own all of the previous lines of a certain alluvial to actually be able to play it in the arena. For example, if you want to play a Ramfire, you have to have Ramfy and Ramfight to play it. In response to someone worried about the pricing of decks, Aaron said it's actually not quite as crazy as you think. First of all, non-hollows we don't want to be super expensive. Secondly, remember that to own a whole line you need 13 stage 1 alluvials. To own the stage 3 you need 9. So we're not talking about a huge increase. Now the reason this worries me is because we want Illuvium to gain mass adoption, right? And what is not super expensive for a crypto bro is going to be much different for a gamer who knows nothing about crypto and doesn't care anything about crypto. That's a 40% increase in cost, going from needing 9 stage 1s to 13. Now, does this change ruin Illuvium's chances at mass adoption? No, probably not. It's all speculation. This could actually increase the enjoyment of the game. Nobody knows. But if mass adoption is the goal, affordable decks are a must, or gamers coming from Web 2 will refuse to play the game, and I won't even blame them. So let's make sure we continue to think of the little guy when we think of how we want decks to be priced. With that being said, the Illuvium team isn't stupid, and all of these changes are subject to change depending on what the community wants. Overall, I think these changes will bring Illuvium Arena closer to the potential that we all know this game has to be as one of the most, if not the most fun auto battler game, not even just in Web3 in general. Aaron also mentioned really quickly something about a multiplayer like 4-man or 8-man. It looks like they're settling on an 8-man mode, just like TFT, but for Illuvium Arena. But they said that hasn't even started to be worked on yet. Like, all of the rules and stuff are good to go, but the actual implementation into the game is not finished yet, so that shouldn't be for a while. Though he did say that he's excited to impress us with how fast the team is going to be working here on out, so that's really exciting to hear again. With how slow they've been in the past, I really believe them this time when they say that they're really ramping up production and really locking in how fast they can get stuff done. So we'll have to see. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Like the video, make sure you subscribe or I'll find where you live, and I love you. Mwah.